Hello students, this is chapter 13 sound from the class 8th. So before starting the lesson, there is a question that how do you come to know that the period is over in your school? So my dear student, definitely the answer will be by hearing the bell. You will come to know the period is over. Now see here, if there is someone at the door, so we will come to know that there is someone because the person will start knocking to the door, and then we will come to know that there is the someone. If any person or any student or anyone who can approach us or who is approaching us, so we will come to know by hearing the footsteps. So just all these are the different type of sounds, or in our daily life we hear different types of sound from morning to night. Now all these are the musical instruments, and all these instruments are familiar with you. So you are familiar with all these new musical instruments, and all these type of different musical instruments, they create a different sound, and by using this musical instrument, a nice music is created by a musician. Now our point is sound. So what is the sound, and is it important? Of course, sound plays an important part in our daily lives. Now see here, without sound life is not possible, because this sound help us to communicate with each other. Now the sound use is to communicate with each other, and we hear a wide variety of sounds in our surrounding. So when we get up early in the morning, chirping birds, means the sound of birds, then the sound of different type of instruments which are get used in our kitchen. For example, pressure cooker whistle, pressure cooker sound when it starts whistling, then mixer sound, TV sound, when we talk with each other. All these are the different type of variety of sounds in our surrounding that we hear every day. Now the sound, how the sound is produced? So sound is produced by vibrating body. So when we start speaking, there is also vibration. When we keep hand or our palm on our throat, and when we start speaking, so we will able to feel the vibrations. So vibration is the most important part, and because of the vibration, the sound is get generated. And vibration is to and fro, or vibration is to and fro or back and forth motion of an object. So there may be a question in your mind, what is vibration? So vibration is nothing but it is a motion. So what type of motion it is? To and fro, otherwise back and forth motion. And this back and forth motion or to and fro motion is nothing but it is a vibration. So when we take a spoon and when we strike on a plate, so you can see a vibration. So if you want to see a clear vibration, take a water in a plate, fill the plate with the water, and at the edge of the plate you strike with the spoon, then you can see vibrations are there on the water surface. So after striking to the plate, the vibrations are get generated, and these vibrations create a sound. So when we strike on a plate, then we hear a sound. Now here in the picture you can see this is the school bell. So when if you strike on this school bell, so this school bell starts vibrating and it produces sound. So when you strike on this school bell, it creates a sound, but before creating sound it starts vibration or vibrating. If you see this rubber band, this is a rubber band, and when you plug a stretched rubber band, then it starts vibrating and also produces sound. If you see here, this small boy is beating a drum. Now when this boy will start beating a drum, the stretched membrane on this drum starts vibrating and produces sound. So what is the stretched membrane? I will show here. This is the stretched membrane. This one is the stretched membrane of the drum. So when this stretched membrane, when the person will beat on this membrane, then it starts vibrating, and when it starts vibrating, it produces sound. If you see here, if you blow bugle, the air column vibrates and produces sound. So in this part is hollow part, and here this part, when a person starts blowing this bugle, then the air column present here, it starts vibrating and produces sound. So if you see in all these pictures, in all these instruments, the vibrating part is different. Here also vibrating part different, here also vibrating part different, and in these two pictures also vibrating part is different. But all these instruments starts vibration, or they start vibrating, and because of the vibration they produces a different types of sound. Now see here, these are the names of the musical instrument and their vibrating parts. So this is list of the musical instrument, and this is the vibrating part which produces the sound in all these instruments. It is given here. First number is veena. So here veena, in the veena what part is gets stretched? So string. So I hope so that you have seen the veena. All these instruments you have seen. Otherwise in the next picture it is shown there. So veena, in the veena what is the vibrating part? So the vibrating part is stretched string. And in the sitar also stretched string is the vibrating part. Not in veena and sitar, in violin also the vibrating part is the stretched string. Now tabla, mridangam and drum, in all these the stretched membrane is the vibrating part. And in shehnai, flute and mouth organ, air column is the vibrating part. So we will see here which are those. So this one is the veena, where here is the string, and that string is stretched, not loose. It is tightly packed on it, so it is stretched, and this string is a vibrating part in the veena. In the sitar also the string is used. So this is the stretched string which is the vibrating part in the veena. And in violin also here are the some strings, and all those are stretched. So this violin also has a stretched string as a vibrating part. But if you see this tabla, this mridangam and this drum, so this part is the stretched membrane. This part is the stretched membrane. So mridangam at the side, this part is the stretched membrane. Here also at this side the part is the stretched membrane, and here also this part is the stretched membrane. If you see, this sheet is tightly packed over it. So all these three means tabla, mridangam and drum, all are having the vibrating part stretched membrane. But this flute, this shehnai and this mouth organ, if you see, there are some holes on it. Here also some holes on it, and the inside the part is hollow. So here also here is also some gaps, holes are there, and inside part is hollow. So this flute, shehnai and this mouth organ, in this instrument this vibrating part is air column. Now if you see here, some musical instrument which produces sound when they beaten or struck. So we know that when we beat any instrument, when we struck any instrument, then it gives a sound. Bell, this is ghatam, manjira and jaltarang. If you see here in the picture, the person is beating all these bowls which are filled with the water. So it is a part of jaltarang, and by this he can create a different type of sound. So these are the some musical instruments which are producing the sound, but when after beating or after when they get struck. So these sounds are get created by this. Even this Jal Tarang you can, it is very simple activity, so you can do at home also. You have to take some bowls which are of different sizes, and you can feel the water. The water level should be different in each and every bowl, and you can strike with the spoon on the edge of the bowl, and you can easily create a different type of sound through it. Now sound produced by humans. So in our body also there is one box which is called as larynx, which is called as voice box, and that voice box or larynx, it helps to create a sound in our body or in human being. Now the larynx or the voice box, it is the upper part of the windpipe. Two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box having a narrow slit. When the lungs force air through the slit, it vibrates and produces sound. So here you can see here in the picture, this picture is given in our book. So this part, here you can see, this part is the these are the vocal ligaments, and if you see here the narrow slit, and these two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box having the narrow slit. If you see here the narrow slit, and when the lungs force air through the slit, then it starts vibrating. This vocal cord starts vibrating, and then the sound can be produced.